Greetings from Southern Yankee Homestead. This is your first time? Welcome. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. Well, today we're going to be doing some cleanup. We got trees there, we got trees there. There's some more over by the ducks and some more down the hill. So we're going to be cleaning all that up, chipping it because, well, the chips are working really good in the garden this year. So we're going to have to bulk up on chips over the winter. More on that. So what we'll be using for that is our Kubota B2650 and our WoodMaxx WM-8H wood chipper, PTO powered. If you notice, I was very specific on saying WoodMaxx because when I put out the last video on this chipper, WoodMaxx was nice enough to comment that we had mentioned another company, and I replied, well, I guess I had wood for brains that day. But WoodMaxx, this is not a sponsored video. We bought this used. It's been working great for us. We absolutely love it. I would highly recommend it to anyone if you got a tractor big enough to run it. I wouldn't try to run it on a BX, and some of the smaller Bs, probably not. I wouldn't want to do this with a smaller tractor. In other words, not a 10 series John Deere, not a BX. I think 25 horsepower and above, this works really good. Anyhow, versus the pasture clearing video, we're going to be doing this a little differently this time because, well, I don't want to just chip the chips into a pile and then have to clean them up later. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our little Ozark 250 and our tandem axle trailer here, and we're going to chip directly into the trailer so that we can consolidate as much of this as possible. Yeah, it is an Ozark 250. I do apologize. Most of the stickers are gone. I power washed them off not too long ago. Before we chip into this, because this is such a low side and we got these nice rails on here, we're going to modify this to hopefully catch a little bit more wood chips and have less blowout through the bars. Who knows, maybe we'll be able to fill it more as well. And how are we going to do that? Right here. Cardboard. Again, not a sponsored video. We are trying to get as efficient as we can with our food, but you know what? Everyone's going to have their guilty pleasures. These are great on ice cream when they're frozen. But you're not here for that. Oops. Zip ties. Keep it simple. Using what we have. I can build higher sides in a box that we can chip into, make a chipper box. That requires wood. If you've seen plywood recently, you know it's... I guess where the piece came from? I guess down below. There. Our Girl Scout cookie backer boards are done. Is it ideal? No. Is it going to work? I don't know. Follow along to find out. Now, before I continue, let me address the elephant in the room. Why am I using an axe? Well, I could use a chainsaw, but one, it takes up more space, two, it uses fuel, and three, for what little I'm using it, I can cut it as quick with this as I can with getting the saw started and then cutting what I'm cutting. So I say that to say, if I had an electric saw, this would be a perfect application for it, but I have an axe and I'm not afraid to use it. Now, along that same lines, is it recommended that you chip the stumps and all? I'll go out on a limb and say WoodMaxx would probably not recommend chipping the stumps. They wouldn't recommend it, but I just did it. So, it is what it is. Only one stump left. That can go in the stump graveyard until we have a bonfire next time. But, for now, I got a mostly full load of chips, so I need to run that up to the garden area and get that offloaded, and then we can continue with one more section. Well, with that, I think we're pretty well done. I got everything I wanted chipped. I could still go through and cut down some more stuff and chip some more stuff, but I don't really need to right now. This is what we needed to get out of the way. So I just gotta unload this, but I'll probably wait till tomorrow to deal with it. It's a little hot out if you hadn't noticed. Yeah. Ugh. Anyhow. If you're wondering what's going on with these wood chips and why we're chipping pretty much everything, including the stumps, we're placing the wood chips here, right next to the garden. That's not just this load, there's some other stuff that I moved over as well. And I'm gonna move the little trailer over here so that we can use it, just scoop right out of the back into the garden. Because even though it's hard to tell, because we got big patches of grass, most of the garden is wood chipped. I say most because, well, it got away from us for a little while. We're still figuring this whole parenting thing out, but I'll sit down here a second. I'll go into the garage and grab a Gatorade too. I'm at it. Anyhow, yeah, brain fog. Yeah, we're going to continue using the wood chips on the garden. It's worked out really well for us this year because if we had basically treated the gardens last year like we did this year, we wouldn't have a garden, we'd have a weed patch. We still have a bunch of stuff we got to pull out of the garden as far as weeds go, but we're maintaining, which is important, and getting slightly ahead. Hopefully tomorrow we can dedicate some more time to it and get the garden back up to par. Not that it's under par, but doing the best we can with what we have for time. Along with that, we're doing the best we can with what we have for time on the channel as well. Other than that, hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye.